is Adobe Premiere. It is on a Mac, so there's some things that you will see a little bit different. Other than that, it's mostly the same as what you're going to see. On a Mac, you have your Windows controls right here. This would close the window, minimize the window, maximize the window. We have menus up here. This is a lot like the Start menu on your Windows computer, which the Start menu, of course, is down bottom left. And to be honest, I don't know if you have these menus in Windows. I believe you do. From here over, these are like your taskbar or your little utilities that you might have in the bottom right corner of your Windows computer. I do have my resolution set really small, 1280 by 720. Normally my screen is at like 2100 by I don't know what, by 1150 or something like that. It's a 4K monitor, but I wanted this recording to be small enough. I wanted it to be 1280 by 720 so it would fit on your window. Anyway, so there is some scrolling here. This is the Launchpad for creating a new project or opening an existing one. You could even import a Premiere Rush project. I want to show you, I already have the videos downloaded. These are the two videos from our Canvas course. So make sure you have those downloaded and sitting somewhere, preferably your desktop. And anyway, so click Create New Project, and you'll get a window like this. And let's just call it Student Introductions, but we're going to call it the Adobe Premiere version. If I can type. Okay, all of the rest of these settings you can leave alone. There's lots of things we can get into here later, but for now on my Mac, I am not attached to the district network storage. They don't do that with Macs, which, you know, in this case is a good thing, and maybe in others it's not, but that's okay. But you can see how it tells me where my file is. So you need to make sure, I believe on your window, I'm going from memory, but I'll write it on the board or we'll go over it, make sure you have it. But you should have C drive here, then look for users, then look for your name, open that folder. These slashes mean folders, okay? So you're going to open up the C drive, open up the users folder, then open up your username folder, and then open up your documents folder. Now the rest of the stuff Adobe Premiere created, and I'm just going to let it do that. And once that's done, you're just going to hit OK. And now it's creating a new project. Give it a second. So this is a new project. Up across the top, you have these are menus or layouts, okay? This is the learning layout. So here's the learning tab, and every time I click in an area, it highlights that area. So here's our sound meter, here's our tools. This is where we load our media. So there's basically, you know, this is the learning environment. Assemblies where we might assemble our tools, our video clips. And notice the layout changes. This is very similar, import media to start, to this window. It was just made bigger. And again, you'll see that window over here, import media. Under editing, it's a little different. Under layout, so it's just rearranging these windows. If you were going to do some color grading, it opens up some more windows over here where you could do some color correction or color grading. Special effects or audio. It just kind of gives you a workspace that it's more suited to this particular task, editing audio or working in graphics or effects. For right now, we're going to go to the editing one, so we're all the same. I do want to highlight the ability you have to rearrange these windows if you want them bigger. If I stretch this out, notice the tools will flow automatically. So if I wanted to shrink that down, I could do anything I wanted with these. I could make this bigger again. I'm not sure what's going to happen there. Yeah, I kind of lose my tools. But you can shrink them any way you want. I think I can even move them just by clicking and grabbing on an edge. Let's see, there's an edge. Well, why is that not moving? Maybe just across the top. There we go. So I can make that go here. And if you end up messing up something so bad, just click here. Every one of these has a little 3-line menu here, and you can just go to reset. Now, if you really, really liked how you set it up, you could save it. We'll get into that later. So I'm going to reset this, and it's going to go back to the default. So that way everyone's kind of the same. I'm going to import media now. Earlier, I was looking for a button that says import, but for now, you can right-click and choose import, or you can come up to the file menu and choose import, which if you also want to learn the command, it's Command I. I'm sorry, on a PC it's Control, the Control key with the letter I. So I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to navigate to where those videos are. Now mine are on my desktop, and it's these two videos, and I want them both. So I'm going to shift click both, and I'm going to choose import, and they're being imported, and I should see them here. Right now I'm looking at them in icon view, or I could go list view. I'm not sure with this freeform view. I think that lets me, I could kind of rearrange things if I had a little more space. Freeform means I could do a little bit of kind of editing here. If I had some clips, a whole bunch of them, and I say, well, I want this one first, so maybe I put this one over here and this one, and then maybe I have a sound clip that I want to put right here. I could do that. And then, I don't know, kind of like sorting slides on a table, but I really am not a fan of that. And just so I am back to how I had it. And now it's just a matter of dragging. So I'm going to start with student intros. I'm going to drag that over here. And then I'm going to take Maritza and Billy. That's the last one. And I'm going to drag it over here. Now something happened. Now make sure when you drag that last one, it snaps to the end, okay? And it's very easy when you know, I did that really quick. Let me back up. I'm going to undo both. Undo, and it created that timeline. So one more time, let's watch. I did this fast. If I drag student intros over here, first of all, nothing shows up here until I let go. So I'll let go, and it creates this timeline. This timeline window opens, and this is my first video track. Right here it says V1. All along this line is my first video track. Here's my first audio track, and I've got multiple tracks all along here. And I can scroll left or right to see the rest. There's the rest of it right there. A very useful keyboard shortcut when you're working in the timeline is the backslash key. It is above the return key and below the delete key. It's got the slash, not the one by the question mark, the one up higher. So I hit that. It'll make my timeline zoom to fit. All right. Now, it also, when I did that, it created this timeline called student intros based off the name of that clip. This is a timeline. This is a video clip. So these two are video clips. I believe if you leave your mouse over it long enough, it'll tell you what it is. I thought I saw that. Yeah, it tells you a video clip, gives you the resolution. I come over the top of this. It should tell me it's a sequence. Very good. Sequence and timeline are the same thing. Even tells me the resolution of the sequence. It's a 1280 by 720, which is great. That matches our footage. Anyway, we're going to take this next clip, and we're going to drag and we're going to drop it right at the end. Now, don't do this until you watch. I could accidentally put this on my second video track, and it would be superimposed over the top, like that. But then my playhead would jump to these other two people as soon as it saw it. I want it to be at the end and down. Oh, see, and it didn't do that with my audio. Let me undo that, and I'll show you the way that normally you want to make sure you do it. So I just did Control Z. I'm going to drag Maritza and Billy right to the end, just like that. And now they're all right here, ready to go. And yeah, up to that point. Now, this little dot on my Mac shows that it hasn't been saved. I'm guessing you're going to have a symbol probably right here like this asterisk that shows you haven't saved your project yet. So it's a good idea to hit save now. So I'm going to go to the file menu and hit save. On a PC, you can do Control S. That is a very important one. Don't do save as unless you're wanting to create a separate duplicate project, and then you run the risk of not knowing which project is the one you want. So just hit save or Control S. That's the best way. Don't even mess with the menu. Just do Control S. Like right now I'm going to do that, and you'll watch this goes away, and that'll go away when I do Control S. 1, 2, 3. Control S, and it saved it. That asterisk is gone. That little dot is gone. I've updated what I've done. Okay, and all along here, I've got my video clips. And the next process is a little tedious. I am going to zoom in a bit. Let me see if this other keyboard shortcut works. Nope, that's not the one I want. So I was trying to find a keyboard shortcut for zooming in like this. So I'm going to zoom in quite a bit until I can see here is Johnny giving me the thumbs up. And so I'm going to shrink, 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 shrink. I'm also going to use, I want to see the sound file a little bit better, so I'm going to drag that a little bit like this, and I can even click this little middle bar here and drag that up, because the video isn't as important to me right now as the sound. So I want to see the sound, and I'm just going to look right here. I think this is where he starts talking. Where's the thumbs up? I'm going to hit play with the space bar. Oh, he's not quite ready. Oh, okay, so that was not the real thumbs up. Let's go. I think it's better to wait. I can scroll clear to the end of his, which is like right about here. And then I change to a different person. So I know he ends right around here. And I usually, this is how I work. Okay, so I usually find the end of what I want, and I know somewhere around here's the end. I see this spike, that little spike, that's probably him turning the microphone off. There's a little pop. Let's listen for that. Yeah, hear that? That's the pop of the microphone. So somewhere around here, this is probably me talking or him talking. There's a quiet moment right here. I'm going to go right here and I'm going to hit spacebar to play.
My plan for the future is to head to a boot camp for either the range or the Navy for like a 4 to 5 year contract.
And he ends with the word contract.
How long was that?
And then he starts asking how long was that. So I'm going to use my J key. I'm going to play it backwards. Past that valley, I press the pause, the space bar, and right after he says contract, I'm going to press the space bar again to start it, and right after he says contract, I'm going to pause it again. And maybe right before he looks away. I'm just using J and spacebar right now. Yeah. If I don't want him looking away, I'm going to use the left arrow key to go back. Maybe right there. I don't want his hand in his face, so I'm going to go, his hand is down, and before his eyes look, you see his eyes change? Right there, he looks away. So I'm going to go back right there. And if I know I have a bunch of cuts to do, which is what we're going to do with this, I'm going to mark my clips. So I'm going to mark my clips by, I'm in the timeline area. I'm just going to press the letter M. So watch when I press the letter M. You'll see that a marker got put right here. That's like a space saver, okay? I'm going to come back over here now, and I can come back to that marker later, and we'll see. Right here is quiet, so I'm going to come right before, and I'm going to see what happens. Space bar.
Hi, my name is Johnny.
Okay. Hi, my name is Johnny. So I'm going to go back.
I was doing that.
You'll learn how to say hi backwards a lot. So space bar.
Hi, my name
I'm going to go back.
is Matt.
Maybe right there. As soon as I hear, if I play backwards, and as soon as I hear him, now I'm just going to hit space bar. The letter M. So now I've got a marker here and here. And the markers I'm going to go through and mark all of these. I'm going to just mark some really quick. I can kind of see where the gaps are. Take my playhead, and I see we've got Abby right here. And I'm going to see if assembly is a better layout. No, editing is good right now. I was hoping to find one that had my timeline better. I would like to just get rid of this one for now. I'm going to stretch this out like that. Stretch this like this so I can see more of my timeline here. Okay, so she's probably going to give me a thumbs up right there. So I'm going to hit spacebar. I can tell it's not coming up because it's right around here. So she says hello. I'm going to go with the J key. Space bar, and then I'm tap the letter M. I'm going to go LLL. That's 3 L's. 4. Space bar. And she ends with the word dream. And I'm going to go back and listen for it. And like a half a second, split second after she says dream, I don't want to stop it when she's saying the word. So I just did half a count, and I'll do M right there. I'm marking my spots. I don't want to lose my rhythm. So I'm going to come over here. The next person, there's Cooper. And I can see there's a lot of setup. The mic gets turned on right there. I can come over here. He's looking. And he's even said when he moved that headphone over, that's when he's getting ready to start. So right here, we can listen.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see it now. All right. Hi.
So right when he says hi, I'm going to go back.
Yeah.
And I could even zoom in here. So this whole part right here is all of Cooper. This is probably us taking the microphone off before we turn it off. So right there, hit M. I'm going to space bar, and I'm going to go fast. I just did L a few times, and I'm going to listen to right here.
Thanks for listening to me tell you a little bit about my life.
And that's it. About my life, wait half a second, hit the letter M, and notice I've got these. I'm going to, now I'm not going to go through. Now I want to zoom to fit. So that shortcut key is the slash above the return and below the delete key. I'm just going to hit slash, and it fits. And you can see I've got my marker set up. This is for, oh my gosh, who was that? Oh, Johnny. And then right here's Abby, and right here's Cooper. And I want to keep the part in between these two, in between these two, and in between these two. Anyway, it's really, really good idea to do that. And then when I take my razor blade tool, that's the one we're going to use for cut, and on Adobe Premiere, notice when I put my mouse over this, it shows me the letter C. That is the shortcut for switching to that tool. You want to make sure, I should have said this earlier, you want to make sure whenever you're working, you have that tool selected, this one here. That is your most common tool, and if things aren't working right, you've more than likely tapped a letter on your keyboard and chosen a different tool by mistake. You could choose that tool by typing an A, a B, a C, a Y, P, H, and T. So your most common tool is the V, probably next would be C. In Adobe Rush, it was an S, and it cut automatically. This doesn't cut until you move your tool over. So I'm going to click this. Now my icon, you can see, is a razor blade. But I'm going to come over here, and it will snap. Notice that line kind of snaps where that was. I'm going to zoom in a little bit more so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to put my playhead here. If you ever cut something you don't want, I'm going to have all of those showing right there. So I'm going to come over here. And with the razor blade, notice it snaps right there on that marker. It'll snap right there, snap right there, snap, snap. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click. I get it there, click. Don't click too soon. Make sure it snaps right there, then click. And click and click. All right. So I'll come back to this tool, very important. This is what I want to keep. That's what I want to keep. That's what I want to keep. This is what I want to delete. So I'm going to click it, hit delete. Click this one, hit delete. Click this one, hit delete. Don't click this yet because that has everyone else on there. So anyway, so now one more thing, and I'm not going to do the rest of these, but one more thing is in Adobe Premiere, the empty spaces can also be deleted. You could click and drag this over and then click and drag this over and then click and drag this over. That's fine. You run the risk of dragging it over the top and then you delete footage. Look, it just chewed that up. So I'm going to do undo. So if you do drag, use the snap. I'm going to undo what I just did. So back, undo. That's Command Z or Control Z. Control Z. You can delete the spaces. So you can click the space in between, and it deletes it. So I'm just clicking this space and it deletes it and everything else gets slammed in there. So now you can see my markers are there and these are the people. It'll transition if I hit play.
Accessories. I'll make my own pop. My plan for the future is to head to a boot camp for either Marines or the Navy for like a 4 to 5 year contract.
And there's Abby. And we'll go right here.
One day I really hope to travel to New Zealand or go and see the Northern Lights. Hopefully one day I can accomplish that dream.
Hi, my name is Cooper Rock.
Anyway, so go through and get all your markers. You might have a marker here somewhere, a marker here, a marker. I remember, I think, didn't Xavier do it twice? Oh no, Kyle did. Okay, so anyway, when you get to Kyle, you'll see that he's got it twice. You'll see 2 recordings. You can really tell visually. Here's Kyle. I think he just practiced it, and then here's the real one. So anyway, you'll go through. My suggestion is to do markers. And then when you're all done, I'm going to want a screenshot of your layout in Adobe Premiere. And we'll just come back to see the screenshot later. But for now, let's save what I've got. I've got the asterisk here and this here. I'm just going to do Control S. And it updates and goes away, and then we're done with that. You, of course, will progress all the way through this, and I'll show you later how to do the text overlays. And then we can start doing some green screen stuff and do a lot of cool things.